Interesting how they made the headline. CNN President Jeff Zucker resigns over consensual relationship with key lieutenant. All right, if you don't know, he was in a it's been disclosed. Nobody actually mentioned who disclosed it, but the woman that he has been having an affair with has been working with him for over 20 years, and he's been having an affair with her for over 20 years. Well, he's been having an affair with her for the 20 years that she's been working with him. They describe her as a key lieutenant, but I think she's like one of his secretaries. He has a very high position, the highest position within the corporate structure, president. And it's interesting because he just resigned 2 months after firing Chris Cuomo, one of the top guys at CNN. He fired Chris Cuomo because he was defending his brother. He was passing along information about certain news and just giving him tips to help him survive his sexual assault allegations. Now this guy is resigning for consensual sexual relationships. You know, if I were a betting man, I'd say that Chris Cuomo whispered into somebody's ear. You know, he probably knew that the big boss was dating one of the secretaries and said, hey, if you're going to fire me over something like that, I'm going to make sure I get you too. And he's a married man, of course. He has children. And this is not an unusual thing. When it comes to these bosses and these managers and these people who are involved in these big companies and corporations, even if it's a small business, they spend more time at work than they do at home. The women, their secretaries, the women who work under them, know them more than their wives do, see them more than their wives do. And when you're in an atmosphere where you're experiencing loss, success, wins, you know, you're going through the emotions of business, it creates an emotional bond between these two people, a bigger emotional bond than they have with their own wife, because they get all their emotions off when they're at work. And then when they're at home, they're tired, they're sleeping, they don't want to be bothered, they're inactive. But when you're at work, they're lively, they're spirited, they're experiencing all these emotions, and they're sharing in that with the woman that's been working with them for 20 years. And I've actually experienced this in my life. You know, one example is I used to work at a hotel, and the manager of the restaurant and the manager of the front desk were actually caught having sex in the hotel. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I was actually punching into the time clock, and this woman just started yelling, "Oh my God!" She found them in a closet having sex. They didn't get fired. They got sent to another hotel. You know, and that's what happens within a corporate structure. When things like this happen to the corporate people, the bosses, they get protected. Like him, he got an opportunity to resign instead of getting fired by the board of directors or the stockholders. So yeah, so he's probably gonna lay low for a couple of years and then get another top spot. None of this stuff affects corporate people at all. That's why there's an advantage to being in corporate, because when you're the boss, nothing matters. But yeah, this is a common thing. Even at my dentist's office, I actually experienced, I was getting my teeth cleaned, and I experienced the secretary having an argument with the dentist. And when my dentist was cleaning my teeth, he was telling me, he was just whispering to himself because he was so angry. I can't believe that BRTCH is angry because I didn't give her a Valentine's Day gift. And I'm like, hold on, y'all act like husband and wife. You got a wife, and that's not your wife. And she had been working as a secretary for over 20 years in this dentist's office. She was there forever. He was there forever. So it's like, it's a common thing. You know, these people spend a lot of time with each other. Like I said, they spend more time with each other at work than they do with their family at home. And they're experiencing this flux of emotions. You know, they're dealing with losses, they're dealing with wins, they're going through the process and complications of business, and they're sharing in that with this person, and it develops into an emotional connection. And I think it's crazy. You know, Roger Ailes from Fox News, he was president of Fox, he got ostracized for what he was doing. And the whole time, Jeff Zucker's doing it. Goes to show you, liberals, conservatives, it's all the same. Peace.